Today I have a new hat, a special hat, a hat that I've never had on this channel before. And it's not this one here, it's this one here. You see, me and my new friend, I named him Vance. Looks familiar, doesn't he? Now you see, myself and Vance is gonna test this hat, and it's gonna see if it can hold up to the claims and see if this hat will do what it's supposed to do. You see, these hats, they're not just for wearing around the house or out in fancy restaurants like I do with mine. This one actually has a function. Now, if you are out on the work site, maybe you're building the deck, well, you probably come into a situation like such. These are what I like to call hard ham. I just hit that on my head and it hurts really bad. These are not something you wanna deal with in your head. Now, when I first seen this come out, I was like, I mean, it's a bump cap. That's basically what it is. I wasn't all that excited to test it out. But then I seen more and more videos on social media sites with this happening.
Ouch! Oh, I just hit my whole head, bitch. Hold up. Oh my God.
I said, maybe we'll test that out. So let me go ahead and set Vance down here real quick, and I'm telling you, the similarities are freaking uncanny. And what we got here is some big old screws, and that is not something you want in your head. All right, so the first test is pretty simple. Imagine Vance up on a really high, tall building.
He's on his lunch break and he's eating his favorite snack, the Philly cheesesteak. This is a great cheesesteak, cuz, oh! When accidentally he falls, he comes hurtling down at the speed of a bullet into a bunch of spikes. Well, that's not real safe-like at all, but what happens if he was wearing this hat? I think things might have turned out different for old Vance. Let's test it out.
All right, here we go. Ooh. Oh, come on, Vance. You got knocked out of your hat. Look, he's falling. Maybe he fell on the side of his head. All right, let's let Vance rest a little bit. All right, now let's set this straight up. We'll have the screws protruding out. Now imagine Vance is walking through the construction site.
All right, let's set the stage. Vance is walking down through a construction site. However, this construction site has a few safety issues. Vance has not yet been made aware of the safety concerns. However, it involves a water bottle that fell out of a fellow co-worker's pocket and a giant piece of woodage with metal spikes sticking out. Oh, wait, let's add that water bottle. There we go. All right, here comes Vance, and oh no! He slips on a water bottle and immediately gets impaled by the spikes. Question is, the new hat that we have here, would it have protected him? So we have our control test set up here, and let's see what happens in the real world.
No! No! So by now, I'm sure you're asking yourself, how is Vance able to hit this screw head on time after time after time after time without his head blowing up? Well, there's two answers to this really. Number one, Vance is an evil demon child. You're never going to be able to get rid of him. Number two, this. So what you're looking at right here is actually considered a bump cap, or in this instance, a bump hat. Number one, I was really surprised that there's no holes up in this hat. So the Milwaukee hats, I've wore these for years and they really do hold up. Like there's no holes after just constantly hitting those screws like real hard like.
Looks like a standard baseball cap, but includes a removable impact resistant insert. It's pretty comfortable and lets your head breathe.
See if I can take this out. So just like your regular hat, and then this opens up, and then you can remove this if you wanted to wash the hat. So there you go, basic Milwaukee hat. And then this right here is basically what protects your skull.
It's good for warehouse work, HVAC, plumbing, manufacturing, maintenance, automotive work, delivery drivers, you know, like the one we seen in the beginning of this video.
It's possible I may just start wearing this piece around to protect my head and also fashion statement. I think it looks real nice like. And obviously what this does is it fits inside the hat. So it's super simple to do. You basically, well, do this. And then on the inside of the hat, you just open up the flaps and conceal that in the back. So really easy to install and then take out in case you need to wash it. And FYI, this is my other hat. This is not even the one that I was showing you, so it fits in multiple hats. So say something did happen to this one and you wanted to just switch it out, you didn't want to get rid of this piece because it costs you a little bit of money, well, just put it in a different hat. Now, as you can see, I put it back into the original hat that this came out of. I really do like that they didn't stitch this in there or stick it in there that you couldn't take it out. I like that you can take this out and put it in different hats if you wanted to. But will this replace a hard hat? No, this is like a bump cap. This is for working underneath things. You got screws hanging down. Maybe you're an electrician, HVAC, plumbing, you know, you're building decks, patios, whatever you're doing, I don't know. This would definitely come in handy so you don't, you know, put a screw through your head like Vance. Now, speaking of Vance, I was gonna pop his face. However, I had grown accustomed to Vance being here, so I think I might keep Vance in the back corner over here. And if you think Vance did a good job, maybe you could smash that like button, check out this video right here. I think you're gonna think it's real nice like as well. If you like what you've seen today, I'm gonna attach this to the shopping bag at the bottom of this video here so you can purchase it. Helps the channel and helps you find it quicker. We'll be back with more videos soon.